can't find in the town to be bought out of my mind. I've been woke for days. I don't have the time to play your kind of parlay. So won't you come home soon? Won't you come home soon? Never wish for you to go to roll down that old road. You're making my heart low, lost in that old world. You're the only one I'll ever fall. So won't you come home soon? Won't you come home soon? Won't you come home soon? Won't you come home soon?
Shattered dreams, looking down at the stars on the street. Don't let it go, don't let it go. Won't do you no good.
I was like writing all night.
Oh gosh.
There's nothing hanging
Perfect.
on your wall.
Friday, and I'm stoked.
Don't worry about it. I've just posted it now. I assumed people would be adding things late into the night. So that's why.
No, you have my recent one because it's all these, yeah. Oh, you're the best.
You're the best.
No, I'm not today. Intro to car wheel. And I printed those for those guys. So for the faculty because
I know. It's the best.
yeah.
And it's worship extra here in case someone needs it. In case it,
Okay, you've got jihad in here.
yes.
The only thing that you don't have in here, I'm gonna go put in here, is my remarks because I don't think I put them in.
Yeah. Actually,
I'm just gonna put it on the bottom page because, yeah. I don't even know that I need glasses. It's so nice and big. Actually, that's probably asking a lot for me not to have glasses. You'll see.
To be free, live your own fantasy. Shattered houses, shattered dreams, looking down at the stars on the street.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can I ask you to take your seats now, please?
Where do you want me to go?
Boy, for a big group, you quiet down very quickly. Good afternoon. I'm Chris Heilman, Chair of the Munson Board of Trustees. Welcome families, friends of Pratt Munson College of Art and Design sophomores. Congratulations, sophomores, on your successful 2 years here at Pratt Munson. All of the faculty, staff, and trustees are impressed with what you have accomplished during the time that you have shared with us. As chair of the board, what I do is often behind the scenes, but I want you to know that the trustees are consistently marveling at your accomplishments, which we see up here and over in Fountain Elms, and are involved in discussions about our college program and your experiences here at Munson. Munson is enormously proud that our museum and Pratt Munson College program are recognized around the world as standards of excellence, and you, our students, are the future of what museums and field of design and contemporary art will frankly be built on. I look forward to the time when your work is on our walls once again. As we begin this commencement, I wish you all of the best in your relocation to the Brooklyn campus or wherever your path takes you. I would now like to welcome Munson President and CEO, Anna D'Ambrosio.
Well, good afternoon. Oh, it's a beautiful day, and I think there was a lot more energy than that. So good afternoon, and congratulations, class of Pratt Munson 2026. Come on, a big cheer. Woo! Thank you very much, Chris. It is my honor to be the president of Pratt Munson and Munson and our 25-year partnership with Pratt Institute. So welcome students, families, friends, trustees, and co-workers. We are here to celebrate this exceptional class. It is my honor and pleasure to have a few moments to recognize their achievements and those who supported them. Let me begin by extending my appreciation to our Board of Trustees and Chair Chris Heilman. They work tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure a safe and rewarding educational experience here in Utica. And then to our faculty, our trustees, our employees, and all of our co-workers, but especially our faculty. Your accomplishments as artists every day have such a dramatic impact on this campus. You create, build, exhibit, and you volunteer throughout our community, in addition to dedicating yourselves to our students. You spend countless hours in the studios and in the classrooms, mentoring and teaching each student, and it is really a joy to see how much time you spend with our students and that you help them grow not just as artists, but as humans. You nurture them, you provide a safe and welcoming environment, and we are deeply appreciative to all that you do. But equally to our staff, admissions, finance, student life, the library staff, support staff, safety team, they've helped to nurture our students as well and provide a safe environment for them throughout the last 2 years. My most sincere and deepest appreciation to the person who embraces the Pratt Munson culture and is a fearless leader and inspirational leader on our campus, Suzanne Snyder. As Dean, Suzanne has been there for the students at every level, from leadership to a shoulder to cry on. And this semester has been especially challenging with the loss of our dear colleague, Tiffany. Suzanne, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for carrying her legacy and her passion for students forward in everything that you do. Now to the class of Pratt Munson 2026. The next generation of creatives. In a world overwhelmed by information, but often starving for meaning, your ability to communicate through image, form, space, and story is invaluable. The faculty, staff, your family and friends, and our trustees, the entire Munson community are proud of what you have accomplished over these short 2 years at Pratt Munson. Today does not mark an ending, but a transformation, a pivotal moment in your artistic journeys. As you prepare to leave our campus and continue your studies in Brooklyn or elsewhere, you stand at a threshold. You've spent 2 years developing your creative voice, and now you'll carry that voice into the world's most vibrant artistic communities. So at Admitted Students Day and at Convocation, I always note that we are here because art transforms lives and is an expression of what makes us human. Art is humanity's common language, perhaps the most essential one. Long before we developed spoken language, humans communicated through visual symbols, through the careful arrangement of color and form. Art reflects our history, both on a personal and on a global scale, and it can play a role in creating that history. In a world increasingly divided by polarized perspective, art remains one of our most powerful tools for connection. Pratt Munson students, it is your sketches, sculptures, designs, photographs, digital creations that speak a language that transcends barriers. They invite viewers to step into perspectives not their own, to feel emotions they might otherwise avoid, and to contemplate truths that they might otherwise ignore. Art unites us across boundaries of time, geography, and culture. When words fail, art speaks. When borders divide, art connects. When understanding seems impossible, art creates pathways to empathy. Looking around at our current landscape, beyond these walls, we see that we face unprecedented challenges. Rapid AI advancement raising questions about creative ownership and expression, widening social divides demanding more inclusive representation, global conflicts, economic injustices, all of which reveal how essential your diverse voices are in shaping our collective future. The technical skills you've developed at Pratt Munson are essential, but they are only the beginning. Your true power lies in how you apply these skills. Use your art to express your convictions and your empathy. Do not lose your voice. Use it, please, as a catalyst for change. You hold the power to shape perceptions, challenge conventions, and leave an indelible mark on society. Your artwork has potential to ignite the minds and hearts. It transforms division and it changes it to understanding. As I said, it transcends barriers and it can connect souls. Art makes us feel when numbness sets in. It makes us listen when noise is too loud. The 2 years ahead of you will pass very quickly. Your classes are going to be demanding, you'll have internships, portfolio development, and sometimes you're going to feel overwhelmed. At those moments, connect with your why, the reason you chose this path in the first place. Perhaps it was a childhood experience with a particular medium, something that you made in school. Maybe it was an encounter with an artwork that really moved you deeply. Or maybe it was just the simple joy of creating something from nothing. Whatever brought you to that moment, hold on to it. Let it remind you that your creativity is not a luxury or an indulgence. It is essential to our shared humanity. It is there that we learn something about ourselves. And Pratt Munson is so proud to have played a role in that journey for you. Having you on campus, your talent, your vision, enthusiasm, and your artwork has made all of us better. Thank you for the gift of your creative spirit and of your self-expression. On behalf of the entire Munson organization, I wish you continued growth and discovery. Congratulations, Pratt Munson, class of 2026. And it is my honor now to bring to the podium Dean Suzanne Snyder.
Hi, everybody. Thank you, Anna, for your very kind words, and good afternoon, everyone. Well, you did it. Take a big breath. You did it. And you did it through long studio hours, critiques, experimentation, collaboration, and an enormous amount of hard work. The work surrounding us today reflects not only your talent, but the tremendous growth you have made over the past 2 years. What is especially striking about this exhibition that is currently up is not simply the quality of the final work, but the willingness to experiment, revise, take risks, and push ideas further. I actually was in a critique last week with Sean, and one of the students, they were critiquing former work that was here, and one of the things they said was that the students needed to work more iterations, and I was floored. Like, that is a tremendous growth right there. Like, the idea that we're never quite finished and that we're still working on ourselves is huge. If you guys just got that, I would feel good. So that was fantastic. And that kind of growth takes discipline, curiosity, openness to feedback, and persistence. Those qualities are visible throughout the galleries here today, and at this moment, I would like you all to give a round of applause for the incredible work that we can see. And as you prepare for Brooklyn in the next phase of your education, you leave here with lasting friendships, very good friendships, a strong artistic foundation, and a much stronger sense of how to think, work, communicate, and grow as artists and designers. I know this past week has been really intense. I was here, I saw you. Finals, critiques, exhibits, packing, cleaning, saying goodbye to friends and spaces that have become home. And somehow, in the middle of all that, you still showed up, most of you, and with thoughtful work, ambitious ideas, and professionalism despite what was probably on very little sleep. The level of creativity, confidence, curiosity, and technical growth on display throughout these exhibitions speaks to what this class has accomplished during its time here at Pratt Munson. That growth does not happen by accident. It happens because of the incredible dedication of the faculty and the staff in front of you today. At orientation, we introduced these faculty members to you. Today, we recognize them for the role they have played in shaping your experience as artists, designers, thinkers, and mostly individuals. As I call their names, please don't hold back your applause. They've really earned it. So I'll start. Veronica Bion. Assistant Professor of Ceramic Arts. Chris Cirillo. Professor of Drawing and Painting, Ted Ford. Assistant Professor of Art History, Cindy Corin. Professor of Communications Design and Chair of Communications Design, Greg Lawler. Professor of Painting and Drawing, Ken Marshoni. Professor of Drawing and Painting, Leah McDonald. Instructor of Communication Design, Claudine Metrick. Professor of Drawing and Painting, Andrew Mullally. Associate Professor of Printmaking, Beth Post. Professor of Illustration, and new mama, Carly Sherry. Assistant Professor of Foundations and Chair of Foundations, Sarah Smith. Associate Professor of Photography and Chair of Fine Arts and Photography, John Taylor. Visiting Professor of Sculpture and 3D, Sean Usick. Celebrity and Visiting Professor of Communications and the Gallery Director. And Danny Hsu, Assistant Professor of Jewelry. I would also like to take a moment to recognize and celebrate a faculty member who was promoted this year. I would like to ask Claudine Metrick to please come forward as we recognize her promotion to full professor and to honor her accomplishments. And I also want to recognize our incredible adjunct faculty whose contributions to the community are deeply valued and who are as important part of our life and what makes Pratt Munson so special. If you're here today, please stand up and wave to everyone. And to our staff back there, yes, you all, turn around so you can see them. Student life, admissions, financial aid, the library, community arts, the dean's office, our technicians who are everywhere, I guess, facilities crew, and campus safety. Thank you for the care, energy, and support you bring to this institution every day. And a special thank you to our facilities and our dining staff for transforming this space. Yes? Not just for commencement, but every day. They are incredible. So give them another round of applause, please. And finally, thank you to President Anna, see, I'm going to keep doing that, D'Ambrosio, and the museum staff, the Board of Trustees, Chris, and for your continued support of Pratt Munson. Students, you should be incredibly proud of what you have accomplished here. The next 2 years will ask even more of you. Can you believe that? You're up to it, though. You are up to it. Greater independence, deeper discipline, and continued creative risk-taking. You are ready for this challenge. Thank you for the energy, the creativity, and the seriousness you brought to this community, and sometimes not so much seriousness, right? It has made Pratt Munson stronger, and we are proud of everything that you have accomplished here. I'd now like to introduce Academic Chair of Fine Arts and Photography, Sarah Smith, who will introduce our student speaker.
So today I am delighted to introduce Dakari Wheeler, who is a rising junior who has become one of the most recognizable and appreciated members of our campus community. So each year, we invite a current student to speak at our commencement ceremony, and Dakari stood out not only for their accomplishments, but for the impact that they've had on the people around them. Dakari is deeply involved in campus life, taking on leadership roles and actively contributing to the many activities and communities that make Pratt Munson such a special place. They are a strong student both inside and outside of the classroom, consistently bringing thoughtfulness, energy, and commitment to everything they do. But what truly makes Dakari special is the way they move through this community. They are known across campus as someone who is welcoming, genuine, and deeply kind, and the kind of person who makes others feel seen and valued. Their positivity, personality, and generosity toward others have made a lasting impression on students, faculty, and staff alike. So please join me in welcoming Dakari Wheeler, an outstanding student leader.
Okay, y'all, I'm nervous. Here we go. Hi. Okay. In case you don't recognize me from the back of the painting studio or the bottom of a thrifting pile, my name is Dakari Wheeler, as we said already. I am a painter, a residential assistant, and friend, and I have been asked to represent the class of 2028 as we transition from this little pond to the Big Apple, okay? I want to take a moment to appreciate the many faculty and staff that facilitated this transition. With their considerate leadership, they have managed to foster a space for creative improvement. Student life, Allison, Michael, Laura, and the RAs, College Corps, you see, yes, yes, yes. Student resources, shout out to Brenda in Georgia, the dean, the listen, the heroes in the kitchen, you've heard about them. Debbie, my mother from another mother, she has spiritually and truly, like, my gut is sustained. The museum personnel, none of us could have been here without Kim the bursar. They push us all to success day after day. Please know we as students recognize the comfort on campus, and we know it comes from your hard labor. We, class of 2028, thank you. Thank you. Art for me has always been something to share. I was introduced to art when I was 4 years old. Me and my nana, we used to bake rolls, weave flower chains, and blow bubbles while we waited for each layer of paint to dry. My nana taught me how to hold a brush because she was left-handed just like me. She taught me how to craft a landscape just like Blue Ridge, Tennessee with watercolors and paint. But most importantly, she taught me that art and connection was about a diligent patience. And I just wanted another role. I really fell in love with drawing at a basketball game, though. My mother says I popped out knowing how to grip a pencil, but my brother, he could dribble before he could walk. Every weekend of my youth, we would tag along for travel games, and I, with no coordination and zero height prospects, left the court and went in my mom's pocketbook. There I found her planner, and the rest was history, okay? Because I drew everywhere, all the time, until I got good enough to achieve admissions into Pratt. What? Woo, woo, woo. At that time, I was freshly 18, jaded but optimistic, a walking contradiction, and I prided myself on artistic pageantry. I was a rising freshman. I pulled up in my finest boots, a tank top, and learned in a quick 2 months what a real winter was, okay? Without the help of my many stylish alumni, I never would have learned the magic of layering clothes. The close connection I made with my peers through critiques and bench nights taught me the art I made my freshman year was too rigid, it was too calculated. It started to become a reflection of my need for familiarity and stability. So I decided I wanted to explore. I met people from Texas, Brooklyn, Jakarta, alike, each with their own complex artistic visions and capabilities. We went to drag dances, the tram, built igloos, and celebrated our victories against essays, adaptions to new mediums, and Dan's 9 a.m. critiques, okay? My professors, Greg and Ken, taught me to use my medium, whatever it was, to engage with the viewer the way life does, brutally. Art wasn't just a symbol anymore to me, it was a tool for human connection. Like music or language, art demanded nuance. Tension with color or form could be either resolved or amplified to submit a fixed artistic message. But the constant evolution prompted the obvious why. Being at Pratt Munson, we all come together here in Utica to be both experts of our own visions and active participants in a wider art field. We come together as some of the most gifted young creatives of our time to celebrate and discuss the horrific beauty of life itself. We highlight the awkward and neglect any sense of normalcy to challenge the public mind to care. Toni Morrison, a poetic catalyst in her own right, says the history of art has always been bloody because dictators and people in office and people who want to control and deceive know exactly the people who will disturb their plans, and those people are artists. We as artists shape the culture and in turn shape the future because we are capable of living in ambiguity, of speaking silently, of making connections by being both bold and classic. Being at Pratt, my peers and my professors, and my position as an RA has shown me that our jobs as creatives is to dare to have a conversation. My education at Pratt taught me how important it was to expose myself to the public as both innovatively odd and fundamentally similar. I never realized at 4 years old, blowing bubbles and ruining planners, that I would be a part of a group of true visionaries, where we are celebrated for our ability to be eccentric, expressive, and above all human. Considering the increase of cultural apathy, the growing popularity of AI, the normalcy of suffering, we must remember art isn't just a decor. It's a human hunger for genuine substance. To quote the magnificent and powerful Viola Davis, exhume those stories, the stories of the people who dream big and never saw those dreams to fruition, people who fell in love and lost. I became an artist, and thank God I did, because it's the only profession that celebrates what it means to live a life. So class of 2028, as we go on to create in Brooklyn, let us not shy from the challenge of the ordinary and the predictable, but trust ourselves and our creative ability to make a better future from scratch. If anyone can do it, it's us.
Thanks, Dakari. It's amazing as always. Now I am pleased to welcome an alumnus, Jihad Dennis. He went to Pratt MWP. It did get easier. I think Pratt Munson's easier to say. He's a graduate whose work bridges design, visual art, cultural storytelling, and event production. He was born in Oakland, California, and raised in Akron, Ohio. Jihad is currently based in Cleveland, where he works at the Cleveland Museum of Art. Jihad's creative practice is deeply informed by his interest in the origins, preservation, and synthesis of culture. Through accessible narratives rooted in historical research and image archiving, his work explores the intersections of community, memory, music, and visual language. His professional experiences with organizations include Red Scout, Slam Magazine, and Melk Studios, and they have shaped his multidisciplinary approach, while his independent DIY work in the street reflects an uninhibited creative energy grounded in music and event culture. I'm pleased to introduce Jihad Dennis.
Hey everybody, hope we're all doing well. We got some legends up front in this front row, so just wanted to let you guys know that. Whew. It is said, study, work hard, and life shall reward. Be good unto others, and life will be kind to you. The question is, can you break free from the external constraints of control, or do you negotiate your release? Should one endure the seemingly eternal struggle wielding equality as a spearhead of revolution, or do you count your losses and move on to a new world where the lessons of the past are acknowledged? That was Digo. He's a London DJ and sound architect. Greetings. I want to begin with congratulations to the class of 2028. How do you all feel? How are you guys feeling? You feeling good? All right, good, cool. That's good. Though I'm not too familiar with any of you, I have an idea of what you've been through. When Suzanne bestowed this great honor upon me, I felt like I was back in class. As a student, when professors explain assignments, I would already be writing down ideas, eyeing partners with a strong initial plan for the task. But this was different. I had to rummage through my memory banks, sort out certain emotions and memories. I've never done one of these before, but I will try my best to engage in one of my least favorite things, talking about myself. Quote, I think we've been storing up experiences and collecting ideas for it since we were born. You can prepare something without being aware of it. Unknown. My name is Jihad C. Dennis, son of Jackie and Chris Dennis. Jihad means holy war, or more simply, struggle. Thanks, Mom and Dad. That's me, that's my life. I consider myself an artist, MC, photographer, videographer, writer, event producer, and creative and graphic designer. I was born in Oakland, California, 1995. My family moved to the cultural oasis that is Akron, Ohio, when I was 5 years old. My mother is a God-loving woman, a social worker, and unknowingly introduced me to my career by bringing me a Sonic the Hedgehog comic book after soccer practice. I carry her glow and thoughtfulness. My father is a man on a mission, man of God, and the one responsible for one of the greatest basketball players who ever stepped on the court. I carry his fire and will. My brother is a poet and intellectual. I carry his sense of taste and openness to philosophy. Everything they gave me, the love, the support, and wisdom made me what I am. You'll come to view the people who raised you differently as an adult. By now, you've discovered an agency in creating your own family, one that appreciates you, understands you, and fits your ethos and style. Growing up, I found the impulse to express myself stronger than the impulse to follow. This attitude early on made certain things hard, social interactions in school hard for me, but it also spurred an aptitude for exploration and absorbing anything visually and emotionally appealing to me. In my case, the fictional world of manga and animation kind of piqued my interest. Art was the catalyst for confidence and a sense of self. Looking back, these were signs of my interest in pop culture's zeitgeist, but of course, at 12 years old, delving into the world of Naruto or X-Men was more my speed. Music would soon take Naruto's spot. To me, music or musicians sit at a unique and impactful intersection of all media, fashion, makeup, stage, sound design, cover art, graphic design, video, and channeling them to create a world. Music is often the thing that befriends us in our youth when we are the most intuitive, exploratory, and emotionally vulnerable. Quote, that's the interesting thing about living or growing up in Japan. We're so isolated that all this information comes at you without any context. You just get hit like lightning without knowing any backstory or cultural reference points, and you're instantly converted. You listen to it, you love it, and you become it without even understanding the background. That was by Kazu Mononoke. She's in this band called Blonde Redhead. GQ, Game Informer, The Fader, Pitchfork, Ill Roots, Tumblr, and The Tutorialist, for better or worse, became my reference points for how I examined art, fashion, music, and consumerism. These entities were my standard. For me, the veneer and aesthetic of these platforms spoke to me on a very deep level. Like the tone of voice when they were presenting things like music, video games, clothes, it was quite serious, and it really aroused my spirit. This stuff was important. I didn't quite understand why at the time, but I wanted to express those influences and present it in a manner akin to those entities. Quote 3. There are things that can't be measured by the yardstick of nature, things that have sprung solely from the human spirit, towering far above the material world, things that are only real in our longing for them. When the sublime and beautiful things, the good and wise things that we long for turn into reality, not a reality that can be picked and put in the mouth or that can be counted or put in one's pocket. That is Otto Ernest. I came to Pratt MWP in the summer of 2014, unsure of what to expect. What I found was unparalleled support, a tribe with shared experience, and a space to exercise my creative impulses in a way that was quite new to me. The school offers refinement and incubation ideal for individuals like us. MWP was my first experience living alone, allowing me to follow my instincts and explore different possibilities with warm gestures from my professors and friends. Picking through the memories, I could reminisce about DJing parties in the cafeteria and basement of art with my very cool Norwegian roommate, Herman Awuku. He was super into Malcolm X and electronic music. You know, the party bug has not left me since 2024, I've thrown at least 75 events ranging from art talks, poetry, multimedia performance, theme parties, and DJ sets, and vinyl. My work study here at the Munson Museum involved me organizing kind of like the children's corner and office. The women there, they kind of wrote my first recommendation for a job at the Cleveland Museum of Art. Funny enough, I work there now. It's kind of crazy. I reminisce, about Beth's class, about Chris's class, very chill but very involved atmospheres for the exploration of illustration, painting, its capacity for whimsy, drama, and structuring information. There are so many habits that I've kept up with, and some I've slowed. I originally wanted to explore, when I first came here, I wanted to explore industrial design. I was an avid drawer. I wanted to be a painter, but I opted for art direction out of a certain practicality, but also mindfulness of my varied interests. I recently attended a lecture by Martin Puryear at the Cleveland Museum of Art. He's an amazing, masterful sculptor. He described his career like a spiral, returning to ideas sometimes 15 years later, maybe with different contours, colors, perspectives. Our creative desires will take shape in various ways over time. Embrace that, as well as any media into your thinking. My first night here, I drove around with a student named David Liu and several others. During those 2 semesters, we became friends, bonding over pizza, basketball, music, girlfriends, and all that stuff. David was a lacrosse player who switched over to art, and it always really impressed me how dedicated he was to becoming a painter. He was like an art jock. He was like a really handsome guy, and he had unlimited riz. That was my dude. That was my dude. When he finally got to Pratt Institute, he made these huge works and was prolific in his thinking and his schemes. David, unfortunately, at 22, passed away in late 2018. Losing someone hurts, but the joy of knowing them surpasses that. I will never forget those Fridays we'd play basketball in that tiny gym with Herman, Brian, George, and Clara. I won't forget about those conversations we had in color theory, the goofy rap songs we made on GarageBand, and the laughs we shared. I won't forget when David and Brian visited me in Harlem during his time at Pratt Institute. That was my dude, for sure. Some moments are trapped in time, accessible only in that allotted period. I want you to be wary of that. There's, quote, "There's no rewards for being obscure or overbearing." Looking back, I wish I had allowed myself more grace, more life, more people. I was quite moody, sometimes unable to communicate verbally, and it was through my art that I found refuge. Often, even now, I use creativity as a shield, a mask. Yes, this obsession with craft calloused the work and better refined aesthetic tastes. but my sense of self was tied to my output. That's not the way it should be. I would much rather you find peace and be receptive to the joys of the world than obsessively tied to this idea of success, which manifests in ways you can't possibly plan for. You know, learn to make light of your situation during times of transition and change. Know that the work will always be there. Will always be there. I have something to do for my job on Monday, you know. It will always be there, but the people and chance moments in between won't. Life does not ease up, it only gets harder. What makes it easier is the lessons and company you choose to keep. Quote, if you're going down that route where your art comes from suffering and your medium is super serious, then you have to be twice as good to pull it off. Whereas dealing with darkness through lighter means is something that comes a little bit more natural to me. That's from Nate Amos. He's from the band Water From Your Eyes. There's much darkness in the world, making it hard to discern certain futures. Fortunately, we have each other, which grants us the opportunity to build the lives and things we want to see. Our spirits rest in the work we do, and I want you to take care of yours. Do not adhere to malaise this world can inflict. I want you to endure with grit, compassion, and intent. Be a person who can take part, not take apart. Quote, you can have a happy, healthy life and still be undeniably connected to the deeper sorrow of the world. You don't need to create personal trauma to experience darkness. In fact, in some rarefied theological schools of thought, one could argue the opposite. That was Tony Taccone. When I found myself in your seat of the summer 2016, I found within a folder an unfortunate but very real message that I needed to go to the financial desk. Yes, I found myself in a strange position. Instead of joining my peers in their studies at Pratt Institute, I would be on the sidelines for a year. I had to take a year off. So all of a sudden, the classmates in the future I knew so dearly became somewhat distant, and my worth felt somewhat diminished, as I had made a promise to myself that I would finish in 4 years. Things fall apart sometimes in life, but you gotta just roll with the punches, and that makes you learn to be quick on your feet. Quote, you don't hold out and triumph all the time in life. You compromise, you suffer defeat, you slip into life's gray areas. That's Bruce Springsteen. I joined my cousin Jeremy, Columbia graduate, and his then girlfriend, Beverly, in a Harlem apartment, along with my other cousin and his then girlfriend. They both have kids now. It was very cramped, very cramped. I got a job at Lens Crafters, and my off days were spent interning at Slam Magazine, painting and photographing the city. The pace and stimuli of the city soothed me, and it was a perfect match for my frantic brain. This limbo acquainted me with the real world, professionals. I was beginning to understand what it meant to be adults. You know, all these things I watched on TV and HBO were suddenly kind of actually happening to me in New York. So it was crazy. The internships I took at Slam Milk Studios, took the skills from Pratt MWP and put them to use. And you know, they served me well. I can't stress the importance of MWP's smaller scale. I feel like it helped me focus and level my head in a way that I feel like Brooklyn wouldn't. I feel like if I went to Brooklyn first, I feel like I'd be going crazy right now. But I'm really glad I started here. When I finally stepped onto Pratt Institute's campus, I was hungry, a bit too hungry. I wish I allowed myself more grace, more conversation, more nights out, more connection, more love, more belief in myself and the path that I've chosen. I've regretted negating connection for this veneer of cool or caution. And Brooklyn's campus will host a wealth of activity and moves, and I just want you to take every single opportunity, even if you're tired, just always push yourself to go out, do something new. I just wish I went more and explored the city more. Talk a little bit about technology. Quote, there's definitely the front edge of we're definitely at the front edge of technology right now. It's fast and it can do anything, so the interesting thing to see it gets so far out that it starts breaking itself. I want to hear it get kicked off its algorithm and scramble to find it again. Maybe it's revenge. I want to see technology break as much as it's breaking me. That's Alan Sparhawk. He's from this band Low. On the hot beaten to death topic of AI, unfortunately this horse will not die. The powers governing new technologies are autonomous and will grow regardless of our concern. I pray we understand the merits of learning and finishing assignments without such aid, distinguishing between soul and convenience, tools, and fidget spinners. I'm quite fond of Photoshop feature that helps select stuff. I'm not fond of perverted, derivative amalgamations of harvested human data and memories to produce soulless, regurgitated imagery. I find it counterproductive and a creativity regulated by capitalist systems. This is creativity based on results, not the practice itself. In the act of making, I'm not necessarily after results, I'm after a feeling. Suppose that feeling shapes a result, a song, a logo, structure, a piece of jewelry, great. I go to technology for raw materials. If I have a guitar, my sound, I may plug it into a pedal, get some unique textures. I boot up Illustrator and start making shapes, composing. These are my tools for generating materials that could form a result. At its best, I'd like technology to be an extension of the mind, a collaborative tool that helps reach the idea materials, not the result, but the sound, the form, the mark. I sometimes ask myself, why are we working so fast? What is the hurry? This is like a very forced, results-driven mindset is invested in perfection and the removal of human error. Disregarding practices and individuals and tools that kind of evoke the very essence of life. This is a quote from Unknown. Whatever you now find weird, ugly, uncomfortable, and nasty about a new medium will surely become its signature. CD distortion, the jitteriness of digital video, the crap sound of 8-bit, all these will be cherished and emulated as soon as they are avoided. It's the sound of failure. So much modern art is the sound of things going out of control, of a medium pushing its limits and breaking apart. The distorted guitar sound is the sound of something too loud for the medium supposed to carry it. The blues singer with a cracked voice is the sound of an emotional cry too powerful for the throat that releases it. The excitement of grainy film, of bleached out black and white, is the excitement of witnessing events too monumentous for the medium assigned to record them. This is about being an artist. Politics aside, I romanticize the 20th century. The practice of art and science truly seem to map our awareness, unveiling the physical and spiritual, if only to a slight degree. To think painters, music makers, and physicists commanded a higher plateau until capitalist industries perverted our offspring into tools of destruction and degradation. We are the great scribes capturing emotion, advancements in humankind. I like to think back in time, like, imagine the Sistine Chapel when that first got unveiled. Imagine like what people were probably crying when they saw that. Like imagine like a kid seeing a Caravaggio like when he first made it. That kid would probably be horrified. He'd just be like, what's going on here? So I always think of that like that original focus of art is like kind of present a narrative and just like kind of make people feel it. As visual artists, our primary function is to express for ourselves and to greater but no less honorable stress others. When you're lucky, people can relate. To me, that is one of the best things you can do. To relate means you are not alone. You are affirming one's confidence in thought and feeling, which is invaluable. To be an artist or maker is to be somewhat cursed. There's a certain difficulty to willing something into existence. We are restless, ahead of the curve, tethered to the unknown. To some, you'll seem like a madman shot out of a cave. You will find yourself disappointed in how others see the world, less expansive, more binary. As of late, society has become increasingly meta and self-referential. Films have seemingly lost their color, opting for this sterile realism. The musical art of sampling has been rendered tasteless and devoid of historical context or acknowledgement. Brands have siphoned color from their logo to arrive at black and white iterations. Our practice, our very way of thinking has become, a product banal. Quote, we do not have adequate images for our civilization. We are surrounded by images that are worn out, and I believe that unless we discover new images, we will die out. That is Werner Herzog. Often, certain facets of our creative abilities are overlooked. Our capacity to lead, to teach, is very underrated. Artists, designers, in my opinion, we're meant to be leaders. Leaders of self, the external world, and the many communities we hold dear. And I ask wherever you are, try to become just a shepherd, wherever you are, just to like kind of carry that meaning of art and its importance. I feel like our perception is geared towards innovation, expansion, and the rendering of the human spirit. Who better to do that than us, lead? So, all right, that's me, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Jihad. That was lovely. Okay, so now on to the next bit we have here, which is our commencement awards. You ready? So I'd like to start with Chris. You're first up.
It's my honor to announce the John Loy Honors Award, which recognizes an outstanding student who excels in painting, named for the retired emeritus professor of painting, John Loy. And the recipient is Harper Robinson.
Hello all. It is my pleasure to present not one but two awards in the realm of sculpture. I will speak about both of these students collectively. Both of them have displayed an incredible amount of dedication to the craft of making and countless late nights in the studios overcoming adversity. Okay? So for the Jim McDermott Honors Award, which recognizes an outstanding student who excels in sculptures, let's hear it for Beatrice Duska. And for the Paul Frazier Memorial Award, let's hear it for Philip Sample.
Hello. It's my honor to present the Fran Fiorentino Memorial Award that goes to a student who excels in the practice of drawing. And this year, the award goes to Rosalind Taylor.
It is my honor to present the Alfred H. Waddell Memorial Award, which is recognizing an outstanding student who excelled in jewelry and metal art, named for retired emeritus professor of jewelry, Yuqing Ma.
It's my honor to give Vincent Clemente Honor Award. Excelled in ceramic goes to Frank Rutten, Wendy M. Likima.
Hello. I am honored today to present the Jane Bear Memorial Photography Award, which is given to a student who has excelled in photography during their time here. And this year's award goes to Camden Tucker.
it didn't fall. Printmaking Honors Award recognizes an outstanding student who excels in printmaking. Congratulations, Alexandra Bonilla.
The Animation Honors Award recognizes an outstanding student who excels in motion graphics and animatics. This year it goes to Tarina Rathor and Nyla Fowler.
Hello, everybody. I'm going to be introducing the Illustration Honors Award, which recognizes an outstanding student who excels in illustration, and this year it goes to Madeline Murphy.
Sorry. The Taylor Strait Memorial Hope Award recognizes an outstanding student who excels in advertising and art direction. Congratulations, Hayden Harry.
It is my honor to present the Graphic Design Honors Award, which recognizes an outstanding student who excels in graphic design. This year, we'd like to award Brandon Kim.
Congratulations. Oh, this award is near and dear to my heart. This is the Ryan A. Miller Memorial Award, and it recognizes an outstanding communications design student who has embraced technology with a good sense of humor and has displayed remarkable professionalism inside and outside of the classroom. The award goes to Cassidy Fong.
Okay, now it's me, and this is a little tough. So the next award is our Student Life Leadership Award. We are renaming this honor in honor of Tiffany Villaro, thank you, Michael, whose warmth, compassion, and unwavering dedication
An unwavering dedication to students profoundly shaped the Pratt Munson community. Tiffany was a trusted colleague, mentor, and friend who made every student feel welcomed, supported, and valued. Her generosity of spirit, joyful presence, and deep care for others embodied the very best of student life and leadership. This award recognizes students who carry forward those same qualities through service, involvement, and care for the Pratt Munson community. We a team. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. For people that don't know me, my name is Michael Lee Edwards. I'm the Assistant Director of Student Life. This year has really been hard, a lot of change, and I wouldn't have been able to get to the end of this semester or this year without my team. I just want to say a thank you to Laura, to Suzanne, to Mara, to everybody else that has pitched in to try to help me and help me help the students throughout this year. Can we just give them a round of applause real quick? I just want to say a thank you to all of my RAs and all of the Pratt peers. You guys, especially after Tiff's passing, y'all told me that y'all would try to make this semester as easy as it could be for me, and I genuinely appreciate it. Same to the students. I know a lot of you guys have come to me for help or guidance on the many things that's happened throughout this semester, but for a lot of you guys, the first thing you said was, hey, I know you're going through a lot right now. I don't mean to bother you or anything like that, but I need help. And to all of you guys, I say always, I'm here for all you guys. My time is your time. So let's get to this award. One of the most important things about leadership is the impact you leave on the people around you. Great leaders create community, support others, and show up consistently, even in the small moments that often go unnoticed. The two people we're recognizing this morning, or this afternoon, have done exactly that. Their dedication, positivity, and leadership have made a real difference, and it's important that we take a moment to celebrate them today. At this time, I'd like to welcome Sarah Singh and Milo Fiore to the stage as the recipients of this year's Student Leadership Award.
Oh, it's me again. Okay, so I'm back. I've pulled it together, sort of. So now it is my pleasure to give the Dean Citizen Award. It recognizes a student who consistently displays a positive presence and a resource in our community. And this person is just full of energy and life and stands up for everybody. And it is my real pleasure to call up Nyla Fowler.
It is my pleasure to re-announce the Outstanding First Year Awards. If any of you are here in the audience, can you please stand? So the Outstanding First Year Award recognizes outstanding students who excelled overall during their first year. We have Maya Chetty, Anastasia Drock, and Alessandra Allo.
It is my pleasure to award the Easton Pribble Memorial Award. This award is given out to students who have excelled overall and selected by all their faculty. So this year's award winners, because fortunately I've had both students and I can say they're very earning of this award. Terena Rathor and Dakari Wheeler.
Okay, this is a fun one. So the next award and final award is the Class of 2026 Award. The class award is bestowed upon a faculty member or a staff member that has gone above and beyond in their contributions to the growth and success of the departing sophomore class. The recipient of this honor is someone that has devoted their time over the past 2 years to helping members of the sophomore class grow as students and as people inside and outside of the classroom. It is an honor to call up Sean Usick. Woo, we got here. Okay, so now I'd like to bring John Murphy up, and we will begin the walk. And a big thank you to John Murphy. He is our Director of Development, and I don't envy him of this job. This is tough. So let's give him a round of applause.
How are we doing, guys? There we go. Good. All right, from Art and Design Education, Beatrice Duska. In Communications Design, Parker Bench. Andy Chen. Mariah Mia Cozy. Milo Fiore. Cassidy Fong. JC Centeo. Nyla Fowler. Sophia Glaviano. Annabelle Gory Hines. Everett Granados. Paige Greenberg. Emma Gunther. Hayden Harry. Jaden Jacobson. Jay Jerby. Nate Lashley Bob. Tiffany Liu. Madeline Murphy. Carter Nobles. Aiden Ordover. Gabriel Park. Stephanie Peck. Tarena Rathor. Michaela Rennick. Patton Rice. Jasmine Ryland. Charles Smythe. Tara Shung. Sarah Singh. Deacon Kane Smith. Emma Grace Stevens. Beatrice Sternberg. Nathaniel Thomas. Yuhan Rin Tung. Emma Wansey. Lauren Woodruff. Isabella Zhang. From Fine Arts, Sula Asante Kissy. Alexandra Bonilla. Zora Booth. Summer Barano. Valandria Brown. Lynn Jia Kai. Grace Domkowski. Ryan Holland. Saun Wang. Vaidehi Jawale. Lainey Khalil. Yuching Ma. Wanyam Nakima. Gianna Phillips. Leo Chi. Harper Robinson. Alexandra Russell Laga. Frank Rutten. Philip Sample. Romesa Syed. Rosalind Taylor. Inju Telegan. Dakari Wheeler. Tyranny White. Hao Ming Sam Wu. Naomi Zadorsky. Ruochen Zhang. From photography, Diego Antonio Allende. Elijah the Liar Chapman. Le Yi Guo. Suri Leon. Camden Tucker. Brandon Kim. Gia Chimera Garris. Congratulations to the class of 2026.
All right, will you all, the class of 2026, stand up? And let's everyone give them one more round of applause. Students, don't forget to take your artwork up in the galleries on your way out. Okay? Thank you. Thanks, everyone.